my poor dad would always say, work hard to earn money. And my rich dad would say, make money work for you. So now let's see how Vartan Vartanian will describe the need of money and also how we can have a great sense and literacy of our personal finances and planning finances in a right way so we can be successful.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for kind introduction. How are you guys doing?
Good.
So, today I believe Fariba did a great job. Let's get a round of applause for her. This is one of my favorite topics. Entrepreneurship, leadership, finance, money. This is, and I'm going to talk about one topic about owning your financial future. By the way, how important is it to become an owner of your life? Anybody? So, why people, would you agree with a lot of people in this life, living the entire life without not having so much ownership in their life? We're living in a home we don't own, we're living, driving a car we don't own, we're holding the retirement accounts even we don't own. So government decide how much we're going to put on it, how much taxes we're going to pay, and after how much we penalize when we take it out. So even we're working entire life, 20, 30, 40 years of their jobs, and end up with no ownership. And why is that happening? And how to take control of your future, of your financial future? And we're saying if you don't own your life, you will work for the rest of your life for somebody else's pleasure. And how to take control to our ownership, our financial future. Who can say it? By taking control by your financial future is by planning it today. There is some saying that says, most people don't plan to fail, we just fail to plan. How many of you agree with that? So, and why most people fail to plan? Let's get to it, okay? I have a couple of slides to share, but before getting to it, I would like to ask you guys a question. How many of you believe that we live in an economic planet? And it's required money to live here? How many of you agree? Anybody from outside of this planet or who's living without money? I'm sure we're all in this planet, yes? And how many of you agree we live in one of the richest countries in the world and one of the richest states in the world? By the way, if you don't know, that California's economy recognized much bigger than economy of the Germany this year. Imagine the state economy is bigger than the country's economy. So when it comes to this, and why we all, so let's get to it. We live in the largest and richest country in the world. We live in an economic planet, and the number one language to speak, we have all in unity and common. We have to learn about the money. Yes, it's wherever, it doesn't matter where you go, where you live, it's required, you have to understand the language of money. And why we don't teach, why we didn't get enough education about the money. Let's see, this is the map of United States, and as you see, the blue colors are the states that require financial education, in some sort of financial education to graduate school. And as you see, guys, California is not in that state. So it's our responsibility to take ownership, to get to understand how money works in order to achieve our goals, in order to achieve our, and because of this picture we have these statistics. Okay. Over 80% of the population live paycheck to paycheck. Like Farida said, why we live paycheck to paycheck? Because nobody teaches us about where we can become an entrepreneur. So the entrepreneurship is also one of the taking ownership of your life. And more than 40% of people in US live without the protection. So paycheck to paycheck, sometimes one or two paycheck coming in a household, and even this paycheck is not protected. If something happened with their health, they lose their ability to work with some health issue. they can lose their entire lifestyle. They can become from homeowners to homeless. I don't know, you guys, how many of you know what there are some types of programs available in the United States where you can replace your income if something happens with your health. Like you get a heart attack, long-term disability, stroke, or cancer, you can replace your monthly income and continue keeping your lifestyle. Have you heard about these programs? So, this is one of the major things what a lot of people miss out without knowing it, that education. And nearly 70% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. 45% have nothing saved. This is huge, guys. This is imagine that our entire life we live, we go to school, we go to college, we get to the student loan to get some type of degrees, to attend get some job and fighting to get some promotion. Why? Why we do all of this what we're doing? It's because to make money. So our entire life, whatever we're doing for increasing our income. And we fail one of the biggest part to understand how to manage this income in order to achieve our dreams, in order to achieve that financial independence. So, and it leads to the fourth statement, retirement crisis. So, imagine you work entire life for money and end up with no money. How many of you like to work entire life for money and end up with no money? I believe nobody, yes? So, we have to make sure to understand some money rules in order to turn those places. So we're saying if you don't understand how money works, you will work for money for the rest of your life. I'm sure nobody wants to work for the rest of your life for money. And there are some basic money rules I'm going to share, and we will make sure if you can take it, maybe you heard some of these rules, but this is potentially some basic financial money rules required in order to get to financial freedom. But before to get in it, Christina talked about this person, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he is a best-selling author, and he wrote one of the best books about entrepreneurship. And what he said, the main reason people struggle financially is because they have spent years in school but learned nothing about money. The result is that people learn to work for money but never learn to have money work for them. How many of you agree what very important to switch the places about the money and entrepreneurship? So let's get to some basic rules. How many have you heard about compound interest formula, rule of 72? Have you heard about this?
No.
Perfect, there are some business owners, they know how to rule. So it's a basic formula actually. It shows if you have some money and you invest some places, it shows how many years it takes to double your money. For example, I need some volunteers if it's possible. Anyone to want some volunteers? I need some 29 years old who have $10,000. What's your name? Mernas. Just you can. Let's say Mernas goes to bank. She is a 29-year-old young, beautiful lady. Have $10,000 and she wants to invest that $10,000. She goes to the bank, let's say, and banks offer an amazing deal. They have said we can open a saving account with 2%. By the way, national statistics is 0.9%, so it's a very good deal for the banks. 2%. And after open account, she was wondering how many years it takes me, so 10,000 will turn to 20,000. Anybody can calculate? It's very hard to calculate. That's why they came up with this formula. The mathematician Luca, about 600 years ago, after Albert Einstein said it's 8 wonders of the world. Those who knows it earns interest. Those who doesn't know pays interest. So I want to make sure you guys all know, understand, and make interest versus paying interest for your loans and credit cards. So it's just a basic formula. You take the 72 and divide the interest you're getting. So banks give 2%. So 72 divided to 2, you will get the years, how many years it takes to double your money. So if you put in the bank
72 divided by 2%, your money will double after 36 years. So when you get to 65 years old, you will have your 10,000 to turn to 20,000. Is that a good plan to retire? Absolutely. For short term, maybe, but for long term, no. Let's say she gets some financial education, she do some research and find out the account where the banks usually put their money, and they give you 12%. So 72 divided by 12, it's 6. So your money will double every 6 years. So you put 29, after 6 years, the last number is doubling, 20,000. Here is it. 35, 20,000. 41, 40,000. And when you reach your age 65, your money will 10,000 will turn to $640,000. So imagine this: the person with traditional education retiring 65 at $20,000, and the person with only with financial education retired 65 with $640,000. Does it make sense to spend some little time to understand about some basic rules in order to save our time, save our money, and learn where to invest? This is the reason why I get to this industry and why I learned so in order to move faster in your life. Okay, let's move forward. The second part is, okay, how you grow. Okay, the money is accumulated. Yes?
How can you find an institution that pays you 12% and the others pay only 2%?
Sorry,
I am,
I have some shuffle.
I am asking you, how can you find an institution that pays you 12% while the other person pays only 2%?
Perfect. So, lady asked me how you can find the institution that gives you 12%. Yes?
Yes.
Believe me, there are a lot of accounts where you can invest. I will talk about this in upcoming, okay? A lot of accounts where you can invest, it gives 8, 10, 12, up to 15% annually. This is usually their banks and big corporations and institutions invest their money. So let's see. Okay, there are 3 types of accounts in the world when you can invest your money. There are 3 types. It's fixed, variable, and index. I believe a lot of you are familiar with fixed and variable. This is because the index are new type of programs. What is fixed means? Fixed is like the bank give you. It's a give you guarantee interest. Basically, most of the time they're guaranteed very low interest, 1-2%, but it's guaranteed. So basically, when you calculate also the inflation, you guarantee losing this money in keeping your fixed account. You know how many trillions of dollars sitting in the saving accounts now? Because most people don't understand this, how the calculation. So, for short term, again, it's a good strategy, but for long term, better strategies. So, second part is variable, most popular because a lot of our pension plans, retirement plans are in a variable account. 401k, 403b. Anybody have 401ks, 403bs, annuities? So all our accounts are in variable accounts. So what's the good, how it works? It's a stock market or like crypto. You can gain a lot of money, but also you can lose a lot of money. And nowadays the economy is kind of down, and a lot of people are losing their account, and most people cannot retire when they're in the border of retirement because they lose a lot of money on the 401k also. The third one is one of my favorite ones, is indexed strategies. It's a like hybrid combination of both. So they took the guarantee and they took the high interest rate. How it works, when market goes up, you make money. When market goes down, they lock your gain. So you always win, never lose. Of course, there's not many companies offering, most of the insurance companies offering these type of index strategies because they are in the risk management. So they know how to calculate risk to give the zero floor and also give the high earning potential. So the second part, the third part actually, is our silent partner coming up. Who knows who is our silent partner when you're making money? Uncle Sam. Who knows Uncle Sam? It's IRS, yes? He's a silent part. Whenever you might make money, after you want to sell whatever you have, you can, hey, where's my portion? So there is 3 types of tax account you can have your investment portfolios. It's tax now, tax later, or tax advantage, or we call it tax never account. So how it works? Tax now, again, it's your saving accounts or mutual funds or stocks. You pay taxes after every year. You have to file the taxes for whatever you gain, you have to pay for the interest. And tax later, again, it's most of our retirement plans. You don't pay tax now, but at the end of when you're taking out money, like 59.5 to 59.5, you pay tax later. It's like going to the farmer and say, hey, I will not tax you on the seed. Are you okay to not pay on the seed? But we will tax you on the entire harvest. So basically, this is how it works. This is how Uncle Sam is working and sort of design these rules. And there are some tax advantages programs, like you pay tax money, your investment after tax money. You invest after tax money, and whatever it grows, you will never have to worry about taxes. If taxes raise up or 20, 50, 60%, you like your gain tax. You have the protection of the taxes in the future. By the way, how many of you heard about this stuff, or in the schools or college? Did they teach you? So if you learn this, just the basics of this stuff, can your income, can your future be much better when you understand just the basic stuff? I believe absolutely yes. So let's say, okay, if we understand all these rules, but we have enough discipline to take some portion of our money and put in our future account, because nothing can happen. Again, it's just knowledge has no power unless you apply it, yes? So let's see how the average people do with their money. So their money coming in, it's cash flow. 50% goes to rent and mortgages. 25% goes to living expenses, and 25% debt and taxes. And at the end of the year or month, not enough income, or poor budgeting. So poor budgeting means poor dreams. Poor dreams means poor retirement and poor life. So what's the right way to invest, and what's the rich people and wealthy people do, and why we become the richer? We use this strategy, 7, 10, 20%. If you guys just understand and become more disciplined and use this strategy, at least 10% of your income have discipline to put on the side for your future, because I believe you deserve first when paying the BMW car families, or I don't know, In-N-Out companies, or families, or different. You pay all your income, all the families. At the end of the day, you are the person who is more valuable. Does it make sense to put yourself 10% on the side for your future? So 70% expenses, 10% savings, and 20% investing. At least 10 to 30% if you invest, that will be you. You will be far from that statistic what I showed you. Okay? And let me show you some basics, just numbers, so in order to understand the time, value, and money. So most people say, I need a lot of money to invest, but in reality, it takes time to accumulate money, like compound interest works. Let's say you're 25 years old, and I believe a lot of students are less 25 and in these ages. If they start discipline enough to save $286 every month, at the age 65, they will reach that $1 million retirement, assuming average 8% return they get. The more you wait, the more it costs you. For I'm around close to 40, so I have to save $1,000. I'm saving more than that, but $1,000 investing, so in order to get $1 million. And just look at the people who are 55, $5,000. So if you reach that 55, forget about you going to invest something that it's barely you have no health and no income coming in. How are you going to save? So, but what we find out about this? Okay, everything is good. You know, you understand this, but a lot of people still don't move forward. And by serving a lot of families during my half a decade of experience and teaching, coaching a lot of teammates about money, finance, we got to the point to understand, but there is some blocks, mental blocks that we talk, or causing people move forward because of their relationship with the money. Most people have very bad relationship with money. And let's see what a lot of us heard when we grew up about the money. Money is the root of all evil. How many of you heard about this? How many of you heard, seen what our parents growing up, all are fighting all day about the money, with not enough money? Yes, a lot of people growing up in this environment. It takes money to make money. Money makes people be greedy. All rich people are greedy. Money is not important. A lot of people, money is not important. Let me ask you a question. If you think something is not important, would you have one? If you think having a cat is not important, would you have a cat? Or get married is not important, would you get married? So why do you think if our thought process is money is not important, we will have some money? Believe me, I am not money-oriented person. I am following 5 F rules: my faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. So money comes after it, but not everything is money. Money is not important, we're saying, but everything is money in this world because, as we say, we live in an economic planet, yes? So, how about changing that perspective in our lives? So going deep inside us and finding a way to change that perspective about money. You know what you are the good person. And you know it going to inside you and understand, I'm a good person. And money is just a tool. How about becoming successful and doing good things with the money? How many of you heard about Tony Robbins, one of the #1 motivational speaker, life coach, business coach, entire world? So, he has a foundation called Feeding America. And how he get to that America? Every year he is feeding millions of families, millions of underserved families with the food. And how he get to that point, we understand that we already saw the money what he is making, the millions of dollars making, also a big portion goes to that foundation. And he's sharing his story when he was a child, when we are struggling, where Christmas is coming up, and no food on the table, and one good person knocked their doors, and they bring them 2 bags of food and say, have a good Christmas, you deserve it. So this kid, he was a kid, he was not thinking about becoming motivational speaker. This kid grew up, because of that one person, now he's serving millions of families. Imagine everybody can become that person. Imagine putting ourselves in a position where let's get successful and help our communities to become better, because one person can change millions of families' lives. Absolutely, we can also, if we get the unity, getting together, we change hundreds of millions of families' lives. I hope you get some value from my trainings. This is my information. If you need any questions, ladies, I would love to ask you questions. My time is up. So I hope I add some value to your knowledge and experience. And thank you so much. If you need any help, we have some brochures, money brochures. You can get it from that side. Thank you so much. Thank you, Christina. Thank you for having me.
Certificate for participation and for an amazing speech and liberating us with the financial planning. And we do have information table right in the back. So you can get brochure, and there is also